Welcome back to another Sunday walk video. I believe it's been a couple weeks since I took a stroll through the forest. Today's not too hot, not too cold, not too dark yet, so the bugs aren't killing me. But I gotta say, it is getting much darker, much quicker now, and it's getting pretty cold at night. So unfortunately, summer is over. And that brings me to this video because we got a couple days left of September and it brings us into October. So what do we expect for this week for Bitcoin and crypto? Let's talk about it. So obviously last week wasn't a good week. We had a couple of days where we had massive liquidations. Okay, I believe one day was like 1.8 billion, and several days after that, like 1.2, 1.4. So, bottom line is, we had a lot of shakeouts. Okay, and I remember, if memory serves me right, one of those days actually came on like a weekend, and another day was just in the middle of the week when in fact the US market was still in green. So it does seem like there's just like a general shakeout right now to drive the longs out, to kind of balance things out, and it could be because of what's coming. Uptober. September is not over yet. We got a couple of days, but we are still in the green. Remember, September is historically a bad month. I reminded you guys that, hey, it doesn't have to be bad. And this was the same case last year. We ended up having the best September ever. And we could still see something like that this month, depending on how tomorrow and the day afterward goes. Okay, but seeing how we cleared out most of the longs, we had a reset where Bitcoin dipped below 110. I believe it's back above, it's close to like 111 again. We had ETH dip below 4,000, now back above. Sol dipped below 200, now back above. So we had a shakeout, cleared a lot of people out. And a lot of the macro stuff that people were worried about, you know, I'm sure those fears are going to be over. Like inflation didn't actually go upwards any more than expected, which is good. GDP did upset things because GDP showed higher growth than expected. But you know what? If you think about it, it's not a bad thing, okay? You don't want the economy to actually be truly suffering right now, because then even the rate cuts are not going to help. So overall, I believe last few weeks, maybe 1.5 weeks, were bad, but now it's recovery time. So I noticed today, since this morning to now, we're in a slow recovery mode. Like I said, Bitcoin's coming back to 111, and like Sol's trying to come back to 210, and so I think this week could be good. We do have more Fed governors talking this week. Nothing really mattered outside of what Powell said last week, which wasn't good because I think he said something like markets were overheated or something like that, right? But everyone else was pretty much on board with more further rate cuts. So yeah, I don't think anything's gonna change. So this week there's more Fed governors talking. There's a few more news, but the biggest one is coming out on Friday, which is the jobs report. It's going to show how many jobs were added in September. Remember, the last time we had a jobs report, it was horrific, meaning there were a lot of adjustments, a lot of jobs lost, 900 something thousand jobs disappeared. So do we see something like that happen again for last month? Who knows? But you know, as we head into October, we know we're going to have one more rate cut, which is good. Rate cuts are always good for markets. And the one in December is not 100% locked, but it's still looking pretty darn good. So unless things really change, I don't expect these things to change. So I'm pretty hopeful for this week. I think we could see a good recovery week, right? We know Bitcoin's been kind of stale for a while now, right? But we're not too far off from our previous high. Any good news, or any good week I should say, should bring us right back above to the 118 level that we were at, and then 120 levels beyond. You know, we don't have that many months left. As we move into October, there's only 3 months. And if you look at history, October, November, December, the most bullish months for crypto. Okay, that's why they call it Uptober. I don't know what they call November, but November is even better than October. And then you got the Santa rally in December. So obviously, besides just the last 3 months of the year, this is the last year of the 4-year cycle, which of course historically is the most bullish as well. So you got these two things aligning, and then rate cuts aligning with this and other crypto factors like ETFs. I don't think they're going to get approved. They're probably going to get approved in October too, but they're probably not going to get listed until November. So that's also coming. So it's all aligning. It's all aligning, right? So I'm hopeful, but again, we got a couple more days and we'll see how we wrap up September. Rumorville, Binance, we kind of all guessed it already, right? Aster, when it came out, was super hot. I still see a lot of people pushing it. It did have some fluctuations, and it's holding out like 180s right now or something like that, but it keeps bouncing from like 210, 220 down to 170. We knew this is a Binance back thing, a CZ back thing, so we knew that a spot listing is coming. So Binance today been like giving out these cryptic tweets like, oh, what, we're gonna list this, and it has like 5 placeholders, I guess, right? It's not gonna be a surprise, but Aster's gonna be listed soon, so it's probably gonna be tomorrow or tonight, I don't know, whenever Asia opens. So that's coming soon. They're probably gonna get a big boost from it, but at this point it's no surprise. A lot of people are still really pushing for it. I see a lot of X spaces, a lot of very bullish people, and I think it's gonna do well. I think it will do well. I think the overall hype phase is over. Now it's about building and just getting more awareness. I guess it's still part of hype phase, but not nearly as pumped as before. That's what I'm trying to say. Rumors are also that CZ has stepped away from Binance completely, like 100%, to work on a DEX. So it would not surprise me that CZ actually comes out and says something to that, where he's like, oh, I'm completely, off Binance, and I'm focused entirely on Aster. So that could definitely be coming. But besides Aster, some of the other ones I mentioned, Avantis seems to have stalled. Actually, not just stalled, it has come down, lost a lot of its gains, but still higher than, say, a month ago. And Bluefin also, surprisingly, has gone up. So it's catching some steam once again. Not sure why, but it is. Oh, and this next week is the biggest crypto conference on the planet, Token 2049. I attended last year in Singapore, and it's going to happen again. Now, Token 2049 has 2 conferences. They have one in Dubai and one in Singapore. I decided to opt out of the Singapore one. Otherwise, I'd be flying there right now. It's just too long of a travel. I just don't feel like doing it. But who knows what comes out of there. Besides that, I know Sui also has Sui Fest, so that could be why Bluefin is doing well. But yeah, sometimes, you know, big things gets announced during these conferences. And in the past, we had this like curse whenever big crypto conferences happen, crypto goes down, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. We seem to be holding just fine. In fact, some of these news that come out actually drives things upwards. So that's also coming this week. October 1st and 2nd, I believe. Outside of these things, really not much. Everything else is still kind of standstill. So that's what it is. I will give you guys an update on my own project Clash. I actually did put out a video. I didn't want to put it out on a Saturday on CRU because the video was just about Clash. But I did put it on my I Am George channel, which some of you guys do follow. So if you guys want more in tuned updates, okay, you should follow that channel. And also follow, I have an X for updates as well now, which I'll link in the video. It's a new account. It's actually doing quite well. But to give you guys an update, man, a lot of things happened over the last few days. We held the biggest tournament ever. I gave out over $4,000 in prizes and giveaways. And the beauty of this is I didn't give out in Clash. Some people are like, why don't you give out in Clash? Because people will just dump it immediately. So I'm giving out on Soul, which is very different. That way everyone gets to hold it. Clash, that is. We have over 2,300 holders now, which is awesome. The community is growing. And this is done without any other like influence, basically. You know, most meme projects, they launch with like 10 or 20 KOLs behind it, and you see it being shielded everywhere on X. Nope, no other influence other than me. So that's why it's like there's still very little chatter about it, but the success has been absolutely mind-boggling. So besides holding the biggest tournament, we had 150 people attend. We had like 500 people watching, 2,300 holders. We got a lot of listings. We got verified on Moonshot. Oh, speaking of Moonshot, I guess we came in at a good time because Binance just announced that they partnered with Moonshot today. And they're going to allow Binance people to buy meme coins straight from Moonshot. So if you're a Binance user, you could actually find Clash now on Moonshot because it was verified. That happened a few days ago. We're not listed on Binance yet, but maybe in the future. But we did get listed on MEXC. Free listing, came out of nowhere. I didn't provide any marketing funds or any listing fees or anything like that, because usually what they do, a lot of these exchanges is like they take it and they'll dump it. And they want liquidity, and then they'll dump that too. I didn't provide any of that. They just listed it for free. So for those of you guys that are MEXC users, SEX users, you haven't been able to figure out Phantom or Jupiter and how to swap, now you can buy on MEXC, which is awesome. We also got verified on Jupiter. I know I did that. Also, we got listed on CoinGecko. So now you can find Clash on CoinGecko. I mean, all these things happened in the last few days. A lot of amazing things happened. And also in terms of price movement, we saw some crazy movement, right? Clash almost at one point was a $20 million project. And this is less than 2 weeks old. But a lot of whales did get out after the tournament. And now we're holding strong above 7 million, which again, for a meme coin community project, the progress has been absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna keep pushing forward with it. Just want to give you guys an update because I can see in Discord, and I tell you guys to join Discord, but obviously the Clash Royale channel in Discord is the most popular now. But so many people that are in there making memes, making replies, helping each other, staying motivated, and it's just quite amazing. And this is how you build a community. right? And we're building community not of just gamers, but people that want to participate in this tournament. And it's such an easy thing because Clash Royale, the game itself, is so popular. There's been so many people I talked to just randomly where I'm asking them, hey, do you want to get involved? And the first thing I ask is, do you play Clash Royale? And half the time they'll say, yes, I played it before. So it's not like they're clueless. They may not be an active player, but they are. So there's a couple collabs I'm working on, big names in the space. One that you won't even believe, where the CEO says, yeah, I used to play. I'm gonna try to get him to participate in this coming tournament and a few others to participate. And we're gonna have some good collabs. So yeah, so just wanted to give you guys an update for those of you guys that care. If you want to watch, I stream at night on Pump.fun or on the I Am George channel I mentioned, so you guys could follow me there. And another thing I just add, I know it's a long thing about Clash, but I just got done saying how bad the market was the last few weeks, right? So all the growth, everything that we've seen with Clash has been happening during a bad market, right? I can't even imagine if the last 2 weeks were good, or if we're in at the peak height of altcoin season, how far we would go, right? This is all done during bad times when people are tightening up their wallets and not really swapping their soul for anything else. So that's what's even more amazing about the progress. And I will keep pushing. I'll keep pushing. And we'll build something that the space haven't seen before. All right, that's it for this video, guys. I know it's, you know, I'm walking. When I first started filming, I didn't think I would have a whole lot to say, but now I see the video is already 17 minutes long. I'm gonna finish this walk, and I'm gonna probably walk some more. And I will see you guys tomorrow, right? 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Let's see what happens tonight. Asia didn't quite wake up yet. Will Asia be in buying mode? Will we see a good recovery tonight? I guess we'll see. All right, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.